All right. Daily recording. Uh, it's night right now. I hardly record these at night. I don't know if I have really a schedule. I'm headed to Whole Foods to do an Amazon return. I'll probably get there around 9 p.m. I hope they're still doing it. I'm a little, I don't know. I guess it's better to go on a Sunday night than during the weekend days. I just, I just happened to remember that I've got a lot of stuff due on the 20-something of this month. I was like, oh shoot, like yesterday was the 20th, and like, I don't know, I didn't do very good at writing things into my calendar. I just had like, okay, I have all this stuff on the 20th that I've got to, near the 20th that I've got to do. And for some reason, the date of the 24th is when a lot of stuff I've got to do is coming up. But I was assuming that this was due on the 24th, the Amazon returns, and then I looked and it was like May 21st. And I'm like, oh shoot. And I just looked at that at like 8 p.m. So I'm glad I checked. Like Sundays I try to like at least check. But it's like the weeks get away from me, the days get away from me. I'm not too organized still with like putting things in a calendar. And if I do, I don't check the calendar, and like I don't have my notifications in a place that like they actually pop out so I can like see them right away. It's just annoying. There's just too much information sometimes. A lot of times, I'm like, I don't want, calendar notifications of every freaking person's birthday that I've ever had in my Facebook and all this kind of stuff where it's like, I don't even like talk to these people, it's kind of too much. So I turn off just about every type of notification possible. I don't have it set to just like, so that, it comes to me. Like I have to come to it, meaning, if there's an app or a website or whatever, I have to log in on my own to get the details of when something is going to be due. Or even with my calendar, I have stuff in my calendar, but I have to literally go in my calendar app to check on the days when something's due. Or when I do get a notification about something, other than my bank, that's the only thing that notifies me like immediately. Everything else is not immediate. They don't notify me immediately. They kind of just tell me, they put the notifications in there, but I have to actually scroll to check the actual notification details, which I obviously don't always do. So, whatever. I'm not gonna stress about it too much. I've got things that I'm just trying to finish and figure out kind of as far as what I need to do for myself. And I'm not gonna kick myself over stuff. I'm just like, all right, just get it done. Like today, I'll explain more because I'm about to get to the place where I need to park. But today, I basically woke up pretty early. Again, motivated to get my breakfast cooked. Dang, man, I'm over here at the gym. I should have just planned to go to the freaking gym. But yeah, I had planned, there's a lot of stuff that I've been trying to do. And, I don't really know. Dang, I don't know if the gym's even really open. There's only like 3 cars. Whole Foods is open though. But yeah, I woke up this morning just with the usual motivation, get my food kind of done and out of the way by 8 a.m. so that I don't have to talk to anybody. And that kind of worked because my folks kind of slept in a little bit, so that was helpful for me because I didn't have to talk to anyone. All right, let me park and go do this thing. I hope that they're still there. It says till 10 o'clock, but I think that's just how long the store is open. Whew, all right, lucky. Yeah, it looks like I made it with couple minutes to spare. They told me 9 p.m. is the actual cutoff, which I did not know. On the website it says 10, but I think the store, the Whole Foods itself, closes at 10. So yeah. Well, I've got the car. I might as well go to the beach for a second. So I might drive over to the beach right now. I'll see. Because I'm already out. I already got up, showered. Not that showering needed to really happen, but I might go take a walk at the beach tonight. It's late, but like, whatever, you know? I don't know what I really want to do. There's something about the city at night, on a Sunday night, that I just like. And I kind of forgot about that. Like, I was just thinking about that when I was like leaving. I was like, man, like, you know, I haven't really driven around the city on a Sunday night in a while, like around my neighborhood and stuff. I just like it. Like, it's like everyone's preparing for the new work week pretty much, preparing to get busy. Like, Sundays in general seem to be kind of chill. Like, people will be out like in the afternoons, but I feel like Sunday is maybe like the least busiest day of the week for the most part. Like, Saturdays, Fridays, they get super busy, but Sundays, I mean, even when I was driving, doing San Diego driving, you know, like, I noticed whenever I was driving on Sundays, that was probably the least traffic that I had experienced. And so I usually enjoyed that more. Like, it wasn't always, like, you know, not like 100%, but like, I enjoyed it more than some other types of places to go. So yeah, I was, I don't know, like, I was thinking this morning, and like, I was kind of running things by a close friend, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm like tired today. I didn't have any coffee though. Like, I did get up early and had breakfast. I think I started cooking around 7:50 a.m. And then, you know, I was like, okay, maybe I'll do those meditations again and stuff, like every hour or so. So I did maybe the first 2 hours, or up to like the third hour maybe. So I think around 8:30, or maybe 7:30, around 8:30, around 9:30, but around like 10:30, I started feeling really, maybe around even 9, I started feeling a little weird, you know, a little off. And I realized, you know, I realized it's almost like I'm having like weird new realizations about myself that I should have been aware of since I was like young. But it's like, when I think about it right now as I'm speaking, I'm like, okay, I realized this morning that I was pretty irritable, pretty tired. Like, not as irritable as the day before in the morning, but like also because I didn't have to interact with anybody. But I was kind of not in the mood to like be interactive. I was feeling kind of like, you know, I had like a weird dream. It wasn't like bad, but kind of like a dream where I was kind of like, in some way, I felt like some people were looking at me kind of weird. It was like, I had these bosses, like 2 bosses and one other like higher up type person from my kind of more recent history. And like, in the dream, those 2 people were there. And they were kind of like, or 3 of them or 4 of them, I don't know. They were in the dream, and like the part that I remember was like, I was in a bathroom trying to do something. I guess I had landed some tech job and had to do some kind of work inside one of the bathroom stalls. Like, there was either like better Wi-Fi or some reason why I needed to be in there. That wasn't necessarily using the toilet, but I was in there, and I was like, because I remember this one supervisor that I kind of noticed that, you know, I would never be in the bathroom at the same time as her. Like, I felt like she was like avoiding that. And I mean, people have every right to have comfort or discomfort with like using the restroom at the same time as others and all that. Like, I don't prefer it either. And if I were a boss, I mean, I never liked using the bathroom with my clients. And so, you know, I figure maybe similarly, like if I were a boss, you know, I wouldn't maybe want to be using the bathroom with my staff members, you know, like, so I don't know if it was just me, but I noticed specifically that I had never been inside of a bathroom at the same time as her. And that's kind of odd when you've worked with somebody for like over like 4 or 5 years or something. And like, I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I need to be in a bathroom with her, but it was just something that after a while I had noticed that. I was like, oh, that's a little odd, you know, that's a little weird little type of situation or scenario to have like never, not that I'm saying I'm like, oh, I want to experience the bathroom with this person. Like, it's not like that. It's just one of those random things that I had noticed like a couple years back. I was like, huh, that's weird. I feel like she kind of avoids me in certain settings, you know, and then, which is fine. She has every right, you know, but whatever. Like, I just kind of had that feeling. And then in the dream, it was kind of like a little bit of that, like a little bit of like, I felt like there was something that felt kind of like judgy about those guys. Like they were kind of looking at me weird, like kind of like, what are you doing in here? Or like, just kind of like that maybe they had been having a conversation in there and they all opened their stalls like around the same time and were coming out of the stalls and like walking past me and kind of like side eye, like nobody said hi, nobody said, like, it was just kind of like, they just gave me like an odd look, you know, like kind of like, it just felt weird. Like, I knew that they weren't intending to like see me, or maybe they were surprised, or maybe they didn't want me in there, or whatever it may have been. Like, it was something that was more than just like, oh, like, hi, we know who you are, like, hi. Like, it wasn't like a friendly look. It was kind of like a, at the least, maybe like a confused look, and at the most, maybe just like a, we don't want to be around you and we're making you uncomfortable by looking at you like this kind of thing, like you're intruding on our space kind of thing, or something. Like, I don't really know what it was, but it was negative in my dream. I interpreted it as some kind of negative glance. But yeah, nothing. It was kind of like a little more negative than neutral, but it wasn't like anything negative happened. It just, I felt a little like emotionally uncomfortable with the way that they had looked at me. But that's all that really happened. And then, yeah, I woke up. I couldn't tell if I was tired, but I did wake up kind of late. I woke up at like 7 something. So for me, that is a little bit late. And then, yeah, I woke up at 7 something. It was fine to wake up that late, you know, like it wasn't like, there was no like problem with it. It just happened to be that I was up late, you know, like I woke up late. And, you know, in a way it sort of threw me maybe. But yeah, just the cooking thing. I was cooking at like 7:50 p.m. or so, and then other than that, you know, other than the cooking late at night or cooking early in the morning, I basically I really didn't feel like doing the stuff that I needed for my professional profile today. I was like, I should do it. I need to do it. I know I need to do it. I told my friends I'm sending out applications in the morning, so that's what I'm going to do. But, you know, I don't know. I'm definitely stalling on the stuff that's difficult for me. It's like emotionally difficult. It's not so much like intellectually difficult. It's just, you know, emotionally it's hard. Energy-wise, it's sucking my energy dry, you know, because of all the kind of, I guess, stress that I'm experiencing over this whole experience of changes. It's a lot of change, and it's like I'm forced to do it before I'm ready. Like, I'm doing this before I'm ready. Like, I am not mentally ready to be doing this, and that's why it's so challenging. But I'm like, I have to do it, you know, like, I have to do it. Like, I've got financial goals I'm trying to reach. I have to do it. Like, I can't just not do it. So I'm really pushing myself to do it, but I'm like, I definitely notice, I'm like, dude, I do not feel good. You know, some days I'm like, dude, I do not feel good. I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm having these strange dreams, like, you know, like I mentioned, like I'm used to having like pretty happy dreams, and every so often I have a dream that's like a little more negative than neutral, or like had a couple negative dreams, and it's like, this isn't like my norm, you know, this is a little out of the norm for me. There's a lot of people out walking right now. It's a little bit out of the norm for me right now, so I'm not really too sure, you know, what I'm supposed to do with that, you know, but that's just kind of the reality of things right now. And I'm a little, like, I'm trying not to be so negative about it though, and be like, oh, I'm worried, and oh, this is stressful, and blah blah blah. Like, I mean, I'm supposed to care, I'm supposed to, you know, not take everything like super lightly. So it's good that I'm feeling this way. I'm not supposed to be like, just like treat it like it's nothing, and, you know, like I'm supposed to have some kind of like emotional care about what's going on. But yeah, it's stressful still. Like, so I'll see. I don't really know. Exactly what I'm kind of getting at here with things. Jesus, car. Alright. So I made it to the beach. I was driving from the store to the beach this time instead of from the house to the beach. So it's almost twice the distance. But I'm parked in a different lot this time. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working on, is like school, like the school related work stuff. But yeah, today I napped off and on. I didn't have any caffeine, nothing with vitamin B, at least not heavily. What did I eat? I think for breakfast I had some strawberries, a couple eggs over medium, half an avocado, a couple strips of veggie bacon, and some buttered toast. I had a little tomatillo salsa on my eggs. I think that's all I had. For lunch I had instant ramen with a little bit of baby kale and another egg in there. I always add like lemon and cayenne pepper. I know it's not healthy, but you know, the whole meal itself isn't healthy, but I was just like, calories and rest today. And then for dinner I had 2 bean and cheese burritos. They're like these organic frozen bean burritos from Sprouts. So they're super cheap. They cost like under $3 each. They used to be like under $2, I think, but they're under $3 each, and you know, they're like 330 calories each. So I had 2 of them, meaning that I'm out now. But yeah, they kind of hit the spot. You know, it's like they're kind of my, between those and like Perfect bars. You know, if I need just something quick, if I want something quick that's not hot that I can carry with me, I'll take a Perfect bar. And if I need something quick that, you know, I heat up, that's a hot kind of meal that, you know, has some nutritional value, like beans, it's got a little bit of rice, and it is organic. I mean, it's frozen, it's not fresh, but it's like, I think the instant ramen is worse than those bean burritos. Like, I feel like those bean burritos are like, they're like an okay meal, you know? And my breakfast, I feel like it's kind of like okay, you know, like, but yeah, like, I'm gonna need to figure out more fruits and vegetables. Like, my family does not hardly buy any fruits. Um, and as far as vegetables, they don't really, like, other than that container of baby kale that's almost all stems now, like, they don't really have a lot of fresh fruits or veggies. So, like, we grow a lot of stuff, but it's like you have to cook it and everything. Like, it's not like stuff that you can just like have. But yeah, it's pretty beautiful out here at night. Um, I yeah. So I spent basically 2 days relaxing, and I just barely left the house a little under an hour ago, like about 30 or so minutes ago. I barely left the house, so I stayed in most of the weekend. I went out yesterday because I grabbed McDonald's, but that's it. Like, I wasn't like getting dressed or anything. Like, I got dressed to go to Whole Foods because I was like, I don't want to not have my clothes on and stuff. So yeah, I'm just, you know, uh, kind of glad to be where I'm at with things going kind of how they're going. Like, things are going well, but it's hard for me to kind of realize that. And I guess my biggest realization that I didn't finish my thought on was about the caffeine. Like, I mean, I've been talking about how I have trouble with caffeine and my energy. Like, I've been talking about that for like years now. Like, and I was just thinking about it, and I was like, when I was a kid, I never used to sleep good either. And I used to drink tea for breakfast. Like, culturally, like, we drink tea for breakfast. And so even when I think back, I'm like, as far as I remember, I would drink tea for breakfast. I remember being spacey at school a lot of the times too. There was definitely something going on that still happens now. And, I was all over the place. It was hard for me to like focus and organize myself, probably because of the caffeine from the tea. We would have black tea pretty often. And yeah, like, that's kind of strong. And like, it's cultural, so I grew up drinking hot tea with my breakfast, and usually with sugar. Like, I didn't start drinking my tea and things black until I was older, but yeah, usually with sugar, with milk, cream. I grew up with dairy products. Um and yeah, like, it was pretty, it's been pretty uh challenging, but I'm realizing more and more that there's some kind of nutritional and maybe vitamin and supplement type of combo that I need to have that will work better for me. But yeah, I had trouble sleeping since I was a kid, always, and I did drink caffeine when I was a kid too. I don't think I drank it late into the day, but I would drink like Mountain Dews and Coca Colas and like that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think we really thought about, oh, it has caffeine, maybe don't drink that for dinner. Like, but I would do it anyways. Like, we would just drink that kind of stuff because we would get like the Shastas from the 99-cent store and stuff, and like get like a flat of those, or like the 2-liter bottles or whatever. Like, we would get that pretty often. um you know and so I grew up with that kind of stuff, but I also grew up playing sports and exercising a lot too. um and so yeah, like, like, it's kind of like whatever. But I'm kind of noticing, like, maybe there was something with the caffeine um, in my past, and currently, because yesterday I had a little bit of yerba mate early yesterday. Um, and then today I didn't have any anything at all, any caffeinated beverages at all. I just drink water today. I had a little OJ in the morning and a little cranberry juice with my dinner, and that was basically it. Like, I haven't really had a lot of other beverages other than water today, and I'm still drinking water now. But I took a lot of naps today, and yesterday too. Yesterday I did a lot of resting and kind of gave myself permission over the weekend to kind of do more like napping and resting, which isn't something I normally do. And I was very aware of how I was feeling today, that I was like, I feel a little bit off. I watched this movie last night called The Sun, and I watched like The Sun, S-O-N, and I watched this other movie after that that had Tom Hanks? What's his name? I think Tom Hanks. As a retiree, he was like an elderly man in that movie. And both of those movies together just had a lot of themes of like depression and death and like, maybe, I was kind of relaxed for the most part, but I was a little anxious. Like, I was coming down a little bit I had a little bit of coming down from the caffeine last night. A little bit of that. But once I took some CBD, I felt better. And then the same today, like I didn't have that anxiety today because I knew I had nothing in my system, but, so I wasn't having any kind of caffeine crash or anything. But yeah, today, like around 5:30, also had a little CBD, and it kind of helped me feel a little better. And I was just going to unwind kind of early and just get on this professional profile and do a little bit of work on it until I realized I had to go to Whole Foods. And so I was like, shoot, I got to take a shower and get ready in case everything closes. And sure enough, it's good that I didn't wait till 10, because I was going to wait till 9:30 to get ready to go because it said it was closing at 10. And sure enough, it was closing at 9. Like, something in my mind was like, that doesn't sound right for them, in my mind, for like something to be open till like 10 p.m. on a Sunday night. That just doesn't seem right. But grocery stores are, like these big grocery stores, they tend to be open a little late, but the Amazon part of it, the Amazon returns part of it isn't really, I don't think it's really part of the actual Whole Foods store. So yeah, I returned the thing tonight, and that was good. But basically all I did was, some meditating today, some thinking things through, just kind of looking at my life, putting things into perspective. That's kind of the things I came up with. I started watching that series where Barack Obama is narrating about work. It's some kind of series about work, and it's on Netflix, and it's 4 episodes. So I thought about finishing that series today, and then I might go to I gotta get blood work done, and it opens at 7 a.m. So I'm debating if I want to go right when it opens and just get the thing over with, or risk waiting till there might be more of a line. Like, I don't know. I feel like people who have to go to work at like 9 p.m., they're gonna be, people who have to go to work at 9 a.m., they might be there at 7 a.m. But then if I wait, 8 o'clock, I got to deal with the school traffic around 7:45. And if I wait till like 9 o'clock, well, pretty much from like 7, in my area, from about 7:45 or so, or 7:30-ish till about after 8:30, I'm dealing with traffic. So from about 7, I'll say like 7:40 to like 8:40. Because I remember once I went out at like 8:20 thinking, oh, the school's already in session, so maybe there's no traffic. And there was, sure enough, plenty of traffic. So, yeah. Dude, I get annoyed. I'm such an easily annoyed person. I hate it when I go somewhere and I just want to park and chill somewhere. And if somebody comes and parks next to me, and it's like, okay, this person was parked on my left, like 2 spots over, and then they've been parked there for a little bit, Then they moved and drove all the way around and came and parked right next to me on my right side. And it's like, is that a necessity? Like, what the heck, you know? But it's like there's 4 empty spots next to me, you know, like, and they've got their car on and their lights on and stuff. I kind of just wanted to sit here. Like, one thing that's hard about living in the city is that if you really like to be alone, it is very hard to be alone. Like, you know, it's hard to be alone. Like, there's nowhere you can go where you're by yourself. Like, if I want to go to the beach, there's people at the beach. Like, I'm here, it's almost 9:30 p.m. on a Sunday night, and there's people. There's people sitting around, there's people driving around, there's people walking around. The weather's not bad. Like, it's a little chilly, but it's not, like, bad. Like, just because I live close to here, I didn't bring a jacket, but ordinarily I would have brought a jacket, but, you know, I was like, I'm just going down the street. I don't need to, like, have a jacket on. I'm just wearing board shorts, like my Quicksilver board shorts that are kind of like a little thicker, and cargo shorts, and just a t-shirt. But yeah, I'm not too sure how I'm gonna organize my day tomorrow. I might try to write it down because I know there's so much stuff I need to get done. I don't know. Let me see if I can write down my plans for tomorrow. But yeah, I think that the reasons why I feel kind of crappy in the mornings really is because I'm just not sleeping good. I mean, I wake up ridiculously early most days of the week. If you think about it, I'm waking up at like 5:30 in the morning most days, and I'm definitely not asleep 8 hours before that, you know. I'm in bed. I'll be laying down. I'm not like out and about usually. But I'm not sleeping. Like, I rarely sleep before 11. So on average, I'm getting about 6 hours of sleep, maybe even less if I'm waking up in the middle of the night and stuff. So I'm not really sleeping all that much, in all honesty. So yeah, like, I think I really need to focus on that. Like, and you know, I took this time off work for that reason, so that I could kind of force myself to focus on the things that I haven't had time or energy to really be focused on. You know, I definitely let things go. I definitely pushed too hard. I definitely did some damage to my health, and you know, it's gonna take a while to repair a lot of that stuff. It's crazy that tomorrow is gonna be the 22nd. Okay, tomorrow's 5/22. My sister's birthday's on the 23rd. So I gotta remember that. Her birthday's on Tuesday. So I'll call her that day. But yeah, I think tomorrow I'm gonna go do the blood work early. I mean, I just showered tonight, so I technically don't need to shower like first thing in the morning. I'm just gonna go home and go to bed. I'm not gonna do anything tonight other than maybe be online. So yeah, blood work tomorrow. One of my debit cards I need to order another one of. I think I lost it. I need to just get on job applications tomorrow. That's what I need to do all day tomorrow, is job applications. And work on my online store. I don't want the online store to become a distraction. So I don't know. And I've gotten into this schedule of, you know, starting so early in the morning and then ending around like 1:30, ending my evening, and like stopping doing all the work and stuff, and stopping, you know, being productive around that time, because that's kind of when my energy tanks, is by like 2 p.m. And it makes sense because I'm up early, you know, and I'm not as rested as I should be. So when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, it makes perfect sense that I'm tired in the mornings and not getting enough done and needing too much caffeine, and then, you know, having to come down from all the caffeine and stuff, and that's not easy. I'll probably come record after I get the blood work done tomorrow. I'll probably come and record more. I don't really know yet. I don't want to stay out too late or get too bogged down and stuff, but I don't know if I might just need to go to the coffee shop and get stuff done. It's like, I feel like the mornings just get away from me. I usually have breakfast around 8 something, and then I can get to work on something. If I have to get dressed, it usually takes me about 20 minutes, maybe 30 to get out the door, considering that I got to get all my stuff together. And then, so just getting breakfast and getting out the door is like a good hour. And then going somewhere, if I'm only going to be there 3 hours or 4 hours or so, that's pretty much my limit right now of getting out to get stuff done. But I don't know. I don't know about this coffee replacement, this coffee alternative, because me and vitamin B don't really do well together. But it is different though when it's vitamin B with caffeine, because most of the beverages I have that have vitamin B, they're caffeinated. But I don't know. I'll see. I might add some MCT oil to this beverage. It's mostly cacao, maca. Is it pronounced maca? MACA. Like 3 different types of B vitamins. I think it's like B12, B6. I can't remember what exactly. Lion's mane mushroom. I don't know like the milligrams of each thing, but it doesn't have any caffeine in it. There's no coffee in it. There's no tea in it. It's just all these other things. And I didn't dislike it, but it's also like, if I'm having something like that and I haven't slept well, that's not gonna go over too good either. So, yeah. Oh shoot, that's right. I gotta schedule appointments. Um, um, cause yeah, I feel like overall, what I need to do is, you know, um, just focus on where my energy is going. Because my energy really isn't going to the right places, It's like I'm up late and then I'm stressed most of the day. And, that's not a good combination for anybody to be doing every day. I just, you know, don't feel good often. And I mention it that I don't feel good often. And everything that's like an extra errand that's outside of all this other stuff I have to do just feels like it's way too much to kind of cram into my schedule. Like if the Amazon return wasn't a significant, like it's like $50, so I'm like that's enough to like go get it done tonight. But honestly, if it was like 10 or $15, I probably wouldn't have gone out of my way to go return the thing. Even though ordinarily maybe I would have, but just because of how my energy feels, like I probably would have just been like, screw it, I'm just not gonna, because there's a lot to like get up and get dressed. But it took like a potential $50 loss for me to get up off my ass today. And it is not early, it is so late in the evening right now, late in the night right now. It's night right now, it's not evening anymore, it's night. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to, I must say, I'm looking forward to having this application process done. I'm looking forward to finishing interviews. I'm looking forward to getting hired and just starting to work and getting into a job, starting to get comfortable with it, getting into a workflow, That's what I need. Once I'm in a workflow, I think I won't be so anxious about everything. But that's the part that's hard for me, is all the newness, all the new, like, it's new, talking to new people and getting to learn a new system. And my brain doesn't easily, quickly do these things. Like, I'm usually in a very high anxious state when I'm doing that kind of stuff. And so it's not comfortable at all. Like, you know, like I get like this brain fog and I'm like really like tired and like can't really like focus too good, and I'm trying to like learn new stuff and missing things, and there's a lot of error, you know, and you know, it kind of wears on my confidence a lot too. So I'm really trying to get it done so I can just get to a place that, you know, I'm hired and employed and working and making money and, you know, well on my way towards reaching some of my career goals, because there's certain roles that I want to be in, you know, certain like executive roles that I want to work my way up to and stuff, and I can't really do that if I'm not even applying, you know, if I haven't even applied to the proper positions. But last week I did put together that small list of positions, and so I can go in and, you know, those positions would be available to still apply to, I think. So I could start there, just put in applications real quick. None of them were exactly what I want, but I think I can search tonight for more things that I want. But I do need to go to bed on time too. If I'm going to try and go do this blood work in the morning, that means I'm going to have to eat early, which probably isn't going to happen. So I actually probably have to get there. Maybe a little after 9 might work better for me. Like, it's going to cut into my day more. But I feel like I do have to have a meal under my belt. You know, I can't go on an empty stomach, because I think it, like, affects blood sugar to not have, like, a good meal in me. I can't be staying up late because I'm going to be all, like, deprived in the morning. And, like, I need to start tomorrow out good. But yeah, I'm gonna start heading home soon. I got some other stuff I want to upload while I'm over here, and then start heading home soon. But let me open the window so I can get some breeze and hear the ocean more. I don't know if you can hear it.